That's okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Paranormal Q&A with Jack, Kenna, and
Carly Hall.
That way. Carly Hall. So how's your week been, Carly? Well, actually, we've been gone for a week. We had to take a week off. We had some stuff going on,
Yes.
as does happen. But how's your week been?
My week's been good.
Yeah.
It's been full of exciting things.
Yeah. Oh, I know you had real excitement last night with your other thing you're doing with her other show she runs, which is not really paranormal related, but it's her live streaming show that she does for video games and stuff like that. Yes. So there was this big announcement. I just want to get this out of the way because this is really important to Carly. So I'm just going to talk about this real quick. So anyway, Carly is doing this whole new streaming show she's doing, and they have to wait for this big announcement for. I'll let you tell it. Now you go ahead and tell it. It's a big announcement for what's you've been playing this game for how long?
I've been playing this
new
game.
Thing for it?
Yeah, there's this game called Destiny, and the second game came out I think a couple years ago, and there was a big update for Destiny 2. And I've been in this franchise since the very beginning, and it's a very important game to me. And last night I found out there was a live event for the new expansion that was coming out, and it's supposed to revamp the whole game, and it's a whole new game now. So the event started at 7 p.m. and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get in early and I'll finish up the missions that I can finish, and then I'll be in time for the event. So I ended up waiting in a 14,000 person queue. I was number 14,000 in the queue, and I had to wait for almost an hour for me to get in line or for me to go through the line. And so I finally get in. I work on my missions for half an hour, and then we were summoned back to the main town to start the event. And I never got to finish my missions, but I got to the town. I went through the mission to get to our seating area in the town, if we were lucky enough to do that. And so I noticed that a lot of people actually didn't get to do it because the servers were lagging.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to stream it. And so I got to the sitting area and I streamed it for 2 hours, because at that point it was 8 o'clock and the event was going up until 10. And so 10 o'clock came around. It was 9:58. And I had been staring at this giant ball of light for 2 hours waiting for something to happen. And I'm so excited. This is Carly. She's got her headset on. She's got her mic right here. She's got her Coke and her Halloween candy. She's like, oh my gosh, something's gonna happen.
By Coke, she means Coca-Cola, not
Coca-Cola.
Cocaine. Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm literally so hyped up. All the characters in the background are like, oh my gosh, something's happening. And 10 o'clock hits and the servers crashed.
Yep.
And I wasted
3 hours of her life wasted.
3 hours of my life for a black screen.
There you go.
And then I had to wait 14 hours for the servers to reset.
Yeah. So that was Carly's highlight of the week. Yeah.
So I got to play it a little bit ago before the show, and it is amazing. So yes. Anyway,
my highlight of the week will be coming up here as we head down to Virginia this week for my son's wedding. My son and his fiance Cameron getting married this Saturday. We're actually going to do a quick overnight stay. We're going down to Gettysburg Thursday. We're going to be staying overnight Thursday. Going to meet a couple friends down there, and then we're going in. But the big news today is our two guests that we have tonight, who are patiently waiting offline. I see them smiling now. I think Teresa fell asleep. But anyway, either that or she's frozen. I don't know. No, she's moving. Okay, she's all right. Okay. All right. And so tell us, Carly, tell us about our two guests. Tell our guests online about our two guests we have on our show tonight. Yeah. And hello to all of our friends out there who have jumped online. Hitman. Gwendolyn Guthrie's in. And Leanne Rodriguez, and oh my God, Ruth Such. Oh my God, we got them all. Bob Maloney, Carl, Robin, Ruth. Ooh, we got them all on today.
Do we have Do we have Bob Burnell in there? Because it was his birthday a little bit ago. Happy belated.
Oh, he might be. He might be. Yes, Bob Burnell is there. Happy birthday, Bob. Belated birthday. All right. So tell us about our two guests tonight, Carly. Go ahead.
Yes. So tonight we have Teresa Sayers and Jody Nettles. So Teresa has had psychic abilities since she was very young. She's always had a sense of just knowing. Teresa really didn't understand her abilities until later on into her adulthood when she took classes for psychic development, and it helped her understand more about herself. She is still learning, but so is everybody else in this field. You never know everything. Teresa has a great interest in the paranormal. There is much we will never comprehend in this lifetime. She is co-host of Crossroads with Jody Nettles, Blog Talk Radio, the Rift Network, on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mm-hmm. She is also co-host of Evenings with Dr. Mary Barrett with the new co-host Stephanie McPeak, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cool. She is also a member of SOS Paranormal with Jody, and her page can be found at Teresa Sayers /Angel Card Reader. And Jody Nettles, the founder of SOS Paranormal. They are located in Schuylkill County, Pennsylvania. I'm sorry if I botched that. They are better known as the Skook. They're a small team of investigators that are interested in finding the truth about the paranormal and are available to help anyone in need by coming to your home and holding an investigation in search of the answers you are seeking. They don't charge anything for the service, and SOS also believes and practices paranormal unity. They enjoy teaming up with other paranormal teams to learn and network. No one knows everything about the paranormal, and they're always trying to learn as much as they can about the field, which helps them when they investigate. SOS Paranormal also hosts the SOS Teen Paranormal Camp that is held every summer for kids ages 10 to 17 years. It's a week-long day camp that they teach the kids about the field of the paranormal. They take them to many different historical active locations and teach them how to investigate and bring in many different reputable people in the field to pass along reputable people in the field. Sorry.
You're reputable.
Reputable. I was on a roll, man.
Yeah, you're doing good. It's okay.
People in the field to pass along their knowledge and experiences. If you need any help or would like to team up and investigate at any location, you messed me up, man. Contact them on Facebook or through their email, sosparanormal3@yahoo.com. Jody's also the co-host.
That's what I do. I miss. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Hang on.
You're still going. I thought that was the end. Okay.
Jody is also the co-host on the weekly radio show Crossroads on Blog Talk Radio, the Rift Network, on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Very cool. Very cool. And sorry for messing you up. I couldn't let that one go, though. You're reputable. I don't care. You're reputable. And without further ado, here is our two guests.
Our two reputable guests.
Our two reputable guests. Jody Nettles and Teresa Sayers. There's Jody.
Hey.
Hi.
There's Teresa. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Two good bios. I like those bios. Mine's even longer. Longer than both of yours together. Trust me.
Are you okay now, Carly? Okay, good.
I'm okay.
Yours is a book.
Reputable. I couldn't let it go. I'm sorry. I do apologize. I could not let reputable go.
That was a good one.
It's like complete opposites. You're reputable. No, you're reputable.
You're reputable.
You're reputable. You're awful. You're reputable.
We have some of our
friends who tune in are reputable.
Like that.
He's not going to
notice the reputable girl.
You're never going to live that down, you know that, Carly.
Hey, there's a lot of things I can't live down either. It's okay.
Tears. Yes, I have tears.
Oh yeah, she will. She will. I'll get her going here. Carl Mitchell, our friend, is also reputable.
That's
all
awesome.
Our friends are reputable. It's all good.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know what reputable means, but it's okay.
I don't know, but we'll make a meeting for it.
Maybe there is a word.
You despicable, reputable person.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like your connection with despicable, reputable.
I'm doing my little.
What are you doing, Teresa?
Yeah, she's got a book.
I don't know. She's
she froze for a minute there. She froze.
She's in froze mode.
I'm doing my little sketches. I can't draw.
What is wrong with you, Teresa?
I start to draw things or write things. Carly,
She reading you, Carly? What are you picking up on?
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Let's-
what
Down
let's-
is it?
here is you.
Let's see if I can bring this up.
Uh,
Hang on.
You see that around you?
Yeah.
I can't zoom in on you, so hang on. Yes, I can. I'm gonna take.
Pretty scary. I mean, my
ooh,
drawings will not.
I'm gonna take me
put it
down
up
Oh my
for.
God!
screen.
Is it?
Put
Is
it
that my
closer.
reputableness?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wait
because
a
you're
minute.
reputable.
Minute.
Here's what we're gonna
Can-
do. We're
can
gonna
you see
just
it now?
No, you got to put it closer.
now. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make her
That-
the
that
solo
is
layout
the-
for a minute. Hang on. Here we go. There you
Oh,
go.
that
There.
I can't. God,
We don't.
it's.
We
A
don't-
little bit more.
I'm doing on the phone. Hold on, my camera there. Okay.
Move it in front of your
The-
camera there, Teresa.
the-
There you go. Now we can see it looks like two angels. Looks like an
The
angel.
bottom one.
Is that a
The
stick?
bottom
figure?
one is Carly.
Is that
Okay, I can see it.
working?
We can see it. Yep, very good. Perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah. There.
So that's Carly
Yeah.
with a haze around her.
She has a protective light around her. Yeah. It's a protective light around her.
Ah, okay. Very good.
That's my sketch. That's how I see her.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, she does have a glow around her right now. She's got that blue glow
And
behind.
the angel.
But she doesn't. She definitely has a protection around her.
Oh, it's purple. That's my favorite.
There you go.
She's
What
got a
about the angel?
background. Yeah, there you
Teresa?
go.
Let's let
Oh,
Teresa
the
finish
light
what she was
changed
talking about.
her.
What about the
I
angel,
want one
Teresa?
of those.
What about it, Teresa? You keep
What about the
freezing.
angel part,
I'm
Teresa?
The angel on top. It's not necessarily a female angel. Actually, I feel a couple around her. She has a Carly. I gotta say that you're very lucky. You are
She knows that
very well protected. So
because she's reputable.
Actually,
female.
everything Teresa just drew and was talking about is actually 100% true.
Yeah, that
you're
is. Yeah.
breaking up.
No,
I said everything you just talked about, everything you just showed is actually 100% true. We already know it.
I just
Can you still hear us okay?
Mhm.
I think Teresa's having a little trouble.
I was
Can you-
picking up on that as soon as I saw you. I'm breaking up, I guess.
You're okay. You're on and off, but you're okay. Just keep talking.
You guys are breaking up on me. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you're breaking up on. I think it might be on your end
But
because everything
yeah,
else
as soon as
seems
I
to be
looked
looking
at
good.
you, Carly, that's exactly what I picked up.
Aw, thank you. No,
Okay.
that's actually 100% true.
So
Absolutely.
I don't know. For some reason, I felt I had to tell you that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's good to be validated.
And look, we got
Thank you.
Jody Nettles in the chat. Hi, Jody.
Judy's in the chat. Yes,
I'm
she
in the
is.
chat.
You're in the chat.
I see Howie's in there too. Hi, Howie.
Howie is in there. Yes. He switched over from YouTube. He was on YouTube. He switched over.
Oh,
So, hey, well, you know what I'd like to do, Teresa, because you do keep breaking up on us.
can't see it.
I'd like to pull you down and have you come back in. Okay?
Can I do that?
yes.
Yes, you just have to re-click the link after I'll resend it to you. That's all.
Okay.
Because I think we just got a bad connection with yours. Everybody else seems to be fine.
It's always Teresa.
That's all right. We'll get her back. It could be her streaming.
Let's see.
All right. So let's stream. All right. Could be just her, what she's streaming there. All right. So I'm going to remove her for a minute.
Oh, I'm big.
You're big. Okay, Teresa, I'm going to resend you the link in just a second. I'm going to kick you from the studio. Can I just, or actually, just click off there, Teresa, and I'll bring you back.
I love your little boat thing in the corner.
Which one?
Is there?
Oh,
Your-
up
on your
over
left.
here.
Yeah. That's so
I-
cute.
I'm a nut for like sea stuff. Like
Hmm.
lighthouses and all that kind of stuff. So
Oh, that's awesome. That's very cute.
I have my skulls up there too.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah, my married couple.
And
Aw,
if our
that's
friends
awesome.
out there online have any questions for Jody right now, let us know. I'm going to bring Teresa back in here in just a moment. But go ahead and
Yeah, I'm just boring.
feel free. No, you're not boring. Yeah,
So
her own.
tell
Ask
us
me.
more. Tell us more about the SOS Teen Paranormal Camp.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. You guys are coming this year or next year, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The kids learn a lot, and we try to bring in people that have a lot of knowledge in the field that they can, share their experiences and techniques with the kids. Because everybody does stuff different, so the kids can pick out what works with them better. You know, we take them to some really cool places. I
That's
mean,
awesome.
we take them to Pennhurst. I mean, it
Oh,
took me years to get them at Pennhurst, and finally they got a new owner, so we finally got in there. We took them to White Hill Mansion. We take them to Emig Mansion. We take them Gettysburg. We spent a whole day in Gettysburg and have a good time.
That's a good place.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, you can't go
Yeah,
wrong. in
Gettysburg is a
Gettysburg.
great place.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now it's like everybody's like banging down my door. They all want us to bring the kids there and do things with them. So it's really cool.
That's awesome.
That
Yeah.
is pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
You got tons
I
of
agree.
options.
Yeah. We do Skype too. We just started doing that 2 years ago. And now all these para celebrities are like, I want to do it too. It's like, we only have so much time in the day to do Skype.
That's
Exactly.
right.
I mean, because we give each celebrity like a half an hour to talk to the kids, and they have such a good time. Like we had Dalen from Ghost Brothers. Oh my God, he didn't want to stop talking.
Ghost
Oh, that'd be
Brothers, they're
me.
so
I wouldn't
awesome.
want to
They're so
stop talking
nice.
either.
Oh my God. And Scott Greenwell, we always have to have him last because you never know where the subject's going to go with Scott. You know how he is. And the kids, oh my God, they absolutely love him.
Oh,
And-
that's awesome.
I mean, we've had Brad Kling come on and Patrick Burns, and like all these celebs want to be on Skype now. It's like, I'm fine with that. We've had Nick Groff
Oh,
and Elizabeth Saint. Yeah, they've all come in.
nice. Those
Yeah.
are good people to learn from.
Oh yes,
and those-
they really in a half an hour they really spread a lot of interesting stuff to the kids.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was a lot of
That's
fun.
awesome.
The adults enjoyed it too. I mean,
Oh, good. The adults have to enjoy it too.
oh yeah, we have to have fun too.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome. I know Cassie and a couple of the other girls that I met over the past year are part of the camp, and those guys are sweethearts.
Oh,
And
Callie,
that means, yeah, Kelly. Oh my God. See, I can't talk today. So just
that's okay.
translate from like Carly to English today. I'm sorry.
Callie,
I saw her name in my head and I pronounced it wrong. Callie.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
Callista Koppenhaver? Is that how you pronounce
Yeah,
her last?
yeah.
Okay, yes. Yes.
Yep.
She's a sweetheart.
Yep, she's a junior member of our team now.
That's awesome.
She's been doing this since she's 9. She's been coming to camp.
Yeah, I remember when I met her, she was talking about how she's been doing it since she was really young.
Yeah, and she only lives down the street. So every time I go somewhere, I'm
that's-
like, Callie, you want to go? And she's like, oh yeah, I'll be right up. So.
So you do a lot of stuff for the kids, which is really good. We were really looking forward to it this year, and COVID hit, and
Mhm.
everybody canceled everything in the end. Realistically, I mean,
Well, we took them to the bash last year,
yeah.
and we did the kid zone.
Oh
And
yeah,
we let them kind of run it,
yeah.
and I give them community service for their school.
Oh, awesome.
A lot of schools are requiring it to graduate, so
Yeah.
Oh,
we
okay.
give them so many hours of community service. They spent the whole weekend at the bash, and had a good time. So they're
Yeah.
going to do it again next year. Like we were going to do it this year, but there's no bash. So
Yeah.
We all
Yes.
got to hang
Yeah.
out for a little bit
Yeah.
though.
We did. We all got to hang out, which was a good thing.
yeah, that
We
was
enjoyed
fun.
it.
That was
I
fun.
thought so.
That wasn't something that we usually get to do when we go to locations and events like that. It was nice to actually like sit back and be the tourist
Yes.
and
Yes,
go
it-
out and explore. It's like, oh, this is really cool.
Well, I thought it was really nice just to even just get to sit back and hang out with our friends,
Exactly.
and chat and hang out and have some
Yeah, it was
fun.
nice to see you
We
guys.
don't
there.
always really get to totally do that. So
I didn't get any pictures before, so we
Teresa
have to.
completely. I don't know. I'm trying to get her back here.
Oh, Teresa's lost, isn't she? She's lost in La La Land. Where's she at?
Try to reach out. I sent her the link back on the joint Facebook Messenger, and I just sent her a private one on her regular.
Well, Deanna said we're not supposed to mess with Jody's schedule because I'm on a schedule.
Okay, here she comes. She's coming back. She's coming back.
When it comes to teen camp,
Yes.
the kids make fun of
Coming
us.
back.
This
There you are.
happens.
There's
It
Teresa.
happens all the time.
Do you always use your phone? I got a question because somebody brought this up, and it could be a good point. Do you always use your cell phone?
Yeah, and I've been having a lot of issues with
That could be the issue. Then
So-
that could be because it is data based. So when you're using a phone like that, it can start to have some streaming issues. Let's just say. So
But you
My
sound loud and clear now.
computer. Oh, good. My computer doesn't have a microphone, so
you
that
should be
was
able to
out.
plug one into it. Should be able to get a cheaper one plug into it.
That's why I have this.
It probably has a jack on the side. It probably
yeah,
has a little audio jack on the side. Matter of fact, if you
Yeah,
need
we should have.
an extra one, I can get you one. I can send you one.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
We'll send him
listen to this.
we'll
I
send
have,
him a
I
shirt.
have one. I have one. I do not use at all. I just bought a brand new one for myself, and I've got a couple actually sitting around. And in fact, even earbuds, like your earbuds, you can plug those in. It's like get the microphone built into it. You
Okay.
can plug in those and use those too. But I do have a decent little headset, microphone headset that you can use.
Oh,
if you'd like.
neat,
I'll send it to you. Send me your address. I'll send it to you.
And then we got to get a camera too for it.
Well, no, your camera on your phone is your camera on
Yeah.
your phone, but or for your computer. Well, it doesn't have a built-in one.
Mine
No.
doesn't. So I have a
Guess what I get too?
portable. I have a portable one.
Oh no, he's equipped.
Yes, I have a
Look
little
at
one
that.
like that.
Yes, I can send you that too. Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Oh my god.
She's computer retarded, I told you.
It's not a real fancy one, but it
God.
does work pretty well. It's a little bit older, but it does work pretty well. I used to use it, I've gotten higher tech now. I can, I get shit laying around. Pardon my French, I don't even use. I'll send you this stuff. If it
I think
helps
we
you
all
out, I'll
do
send it.
that.
Oh, is Chris
Oh my
Dijinra?
gosh. That would be
Is
great.
Chris Dijinra? Is he on here?
Jinra?
My
Yes,
Chris
hey,
is he
well,
on?
there's Chris. Chris is on. He says,
Hi, Chris.
"Hey, all the kids out there.
Hi.
Hey, Chris."
Chris
Can't
came
wait
to
Sanders
camp.
is
Everybody
also
looks
in.
so
My other
small.
friend Chris Sanders is
Hi,
also
Chris
here.
Sanders.
I
We
can't.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, he survived his accident. Jesus.
Yeah.
Everybody saw his car. That was in really rough shape. Glad he was okay. Glad everybody's okay, and they still made their trip too.
We took the kids to the
Wow.
Shanley the one year, and Chris was there. Chris DeShajaja.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
I
used
can't
to call
see
him
him in
the
this
Caesar. I
picture.
used to call him Chris de Caesar.
to Caesar.
Yeah, and it's like it's the Chesney.
The Caesar.
The kids absolutely adored him. They loved him.
So when I was at an event, this guy came up to me,
I love you
and
too,
I forget who it
He
was,
loves
but
us.
someone came up to me and they were like looking for Chris, and they were like, "Do you know where Chris de Caesar is?" And I
Yeah.
just like looked up. I go,
Is that like a salad?
That's what I, hey,
The Caesar.
first time,
I was like,
I didn't know.
Cesare?
Cesare.
Yeah.
I know how to say his name, but I like saying Jajaja.
Did you?
I
like that.
Mhm.
Obviously,
It's
he doesn't mind to
better.
call him that.
Yeah.
So.
He's okay with it. He
Oh,
does want one
Carly.
of my pink shirts, though. I know he does.
And
I
my
have a
good
little
friend
surprise
Gwendolyn
for you,
Guthrie
Carly.
says, "When I'm
What?
just throwing something up here. It says I just randomly throw shit up once in a while because I notice things." So our good friend Gwendolyn says, "When I'm not watching," she goes, "When I'm not watching you talk, you sound much like Jim Harold from Paranormal Podcast." Interesting. I didn't know that. I've been on his show, so I didn't even realize that. So,
Way to go,
anyways,
dude!
just a little random whatever. I throw up
Impersonating
there.
other people.
I am impersonating people. Yes, never a good
Carly.
thing. Not with me.
Yes.
Are you ready for this? I don't.
She
think
said
you
she had
are.
a surprise for you.
I was watching
Yeah,
the
what is-
episode again.
Yeah.
Yes, and we have
Yeah.
a
You having a little
yeah.
Christmas in a cup, are you?
What's that?
A little
Is that
Christmas in a cup?
Is this a private joke that I don't know about?
We
No,
have.
no.
What's this?
It's
Chocolate
no
syrup.
chocolate syrup. If you haven't heard this, Carly will tell it again.
And
Oh, little peppermint schnapps.
Oh, Carly.
look at this. Oh,
Careful, she might
She
puke
has
on
a
you.
surprise for you.
Now-
There's your surprise.
Yeah.
how does
now,
this
Jody,
work?
do you know
You-
the
you
story?
So
You-
you put
no.
the chocolate syrup at the bottom, and then you pour in the
You
peppermint
put the
schnapps.
chocolate in first.
Yep.
How much?
And you let
chocolate?
the alcohol mix in as much
Oh,
as
here
you
you
want.
go.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Is it
good.
peppermint schnapps?
Yeah.
Peppermint schnapps.
Oh,
yes.
menthol.
Okay.
Any like menthol flavor. I always like laughing.
You
And
gonna
I
drink this? You gonna drink this right here in front of us?
I don't know.
What are you gonna
It
do?
tastes
Get drunk
It
on
tastes
your
like a peppermint patty.
Yes.
Carly calls this Christmas in a cup.
This scares me.
Now
I'm gonna try.
Just let it sit for a minute.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see
swirl it around a little bit.
if it
Yeah, you
really
mix
does
it up.
taste like peppermint.
It tastes like
it-
peppermint patty.
Then okay.
Yeah, mix it up though.
Look at her face.
She hasn't even tried it yet.
I'm. Oh boy.
She's braver than me.
Okay, I'm scared. Here we go.
She's scared. Really? Through a straw of all things.
Oh,
Straw.
Oh my
I don't think
god. You have something here.
right?
Oh my god.
Is
It
this
is
something
good.
made up, Carly?
Okay.
That's
Okay, so I got
scary.
a story to
Okay.
tell. So
Alright.
this
Goes
is
off to the
right.
side.
So
That's scary.
Jody hasn't.
Mhm.
I didn't hear this story. I want to hear it.
Okay, so imagine 22-year-old Carly. Okay, this is the night before I'm filming for Paranormal Survivor. Okay,
Okay.
I'm a little nervous, and the only out I was like, you know what? I'll just have a drink, and it's fine. And I think this is where the name got me a little bit confused. All we had was peppermint schnapps. And my friend, whenever we would go, my friends and I would go to New Hampshire, we would go to our friend's house and we would like, just play video games and drink. Like that was the most partying that we ever did, was just play video games and drink. So we had this thing called Christmas in a Cup. Now, the name, I think, confused me. And I thought that you're supposed to drink that in cups. You're not. You're supposed to drink it in shots. Just a PSA.
You
FYI
tried
for everybody out there. So I'm a cup and a half in, like a red Solo cup, half in.
Oh.
And my tolerance is like, I don't remember this, but apparently I called Jack and was like texting him like complete gibberish, and I was like, I don't even know, just random talking, I guess.
I could tell you, but I won't embarrass her.
Oh, why not?
I woke up.
No, it was pretty bad.
I woke up half naked in the bathtub the next morning, and I don't remember anything from the night before. I didn't do anything bad, and like there were people at the apartment with me, so like I was supervised. But
Did they videotape?
no, there is a picture that was taken of me in my World of Warcraft bathrobe, and I'm holding the jug of peppermint schnapps and the red cup and like Hershey's chocolate syrup in my armpit, like a champ. And I'm freaking.
You need to get that framed.
Yeah, we should frame that. You're right. We should frame that one. You're right.
I look like prime, my prime. Okay. And so during the episode, I look like I'm severely emotionally traumatized. I'm just hungover. I really am not. Like, I'm just really hungover. So that was my first TV experience, was with Christmas in a Cup.
We'll get right on that, Steve.
Yeah.
So when you see Carly
That was
on her show, when you see Carly on the show,
See, that worked out
on her
really
show,
well.
and she looks traumatized, she's actually hungover.
It's, okay, so now we know what to look for.
Traumatized from the muffin I ate that morning. It was a bad idea to eat that morning. But yes, I was sloshed.
She got through the day though. She
I
did get through the day. She did very well.
Oh
The
my
camera
God.
crew was probably like,
Oh my god.
This poor girl was so traumatized. They didn't.
I would
know.
And they
love to
have-
do that.
no, to make
But
matters-
Teresa,
They have-
just so you know, do not drink a full cup of that.
I've been
No.
No,
so
it's shot.
hard for
Shot.
you.
shots.
or a very
So
small
is-
amount in that cup.
That's
There
the
you go.
fuck-
Okay.
I really need to run into the bath.
Oh god.
Yeah,
I had to go get the Pepsodent toothpaste because I couldn't stand the
you
mint
know-
flavor.
notice
Go ahead. We'll excuse you from the
I
show.
I gotta get
Where's she
my water
going?
now.
Just gotta go get a water. Okay, I'll remove. I'll
Oh,
excuse you from the show. You can go
boy.
take a break.
You
She
know
had
how
one
it
sip.
tastes really well.
Dana.
It tastes good.
Doesn't it? You know, the problem is that it doesn't taste like you don't taste the alcohol at all. It literally stays like a straight up liquid peppermint patty. And that is what makes it so dangerous.
It's
Like I
delicious.
literally I chugged
Mhm.
that glass and a half to the point where when the first glass hit me, all I remember is thinking like, oh shit. That's it. And I was
Oh.
already on the second
Yes,
cup.
Teresa's already feeling it. She took one sip out of
Oh.
the straw and she's already
That's a
feeling it.
horrible feeling.
Yeah. So it was watch my episode again, season 5, episode 5, and you'll see hungover
Yes, I want to
I
watch
did.
that.
regretting
switch that
her
out.
decisions the night before. Where I got sloshed on
And
accident.
it's gonna try your Christmas in a cup. Just be careful with it out there, people. It is dangerous. I will tell you.
Yes, it sounds dangerous. When we see them again, we'll make sure we bring the
I
tequila and
I
whatever
can't
else.
patent the name
Yeah.
though because I do have to give the credit to my friends, my old friends back in
Yeah,
the day.
that's
So
true.
it is their
Oh.
name idea.
Tequila.
Back in the day.
Oh,
Back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah, she's 24 now, by the way.
It was hilarious. I was a wild
That-
child.
Back in the day. But yeah, she's 24 now, by the way. So
Yeah, you poor young
Gotcha.
thing.
Yeah.
Carly.
If I could be
That's my earbud.
24 again. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I
Now
don't-
Jack did introduce me to wine recently. I found a new
Oh,
persona
wow.
of Carly.
My goodness.
Oh boy. I see why
Yeah.
he's giving you wine. I
Now
know.
she's a wino. Yeah, she's
I'm a wino.
She does
You're
like
bad.
it at least. I mean, well, I took her out. We were out visiting a friend of ours out in wine country here in New York, out
Oh.
around Seneca Lake.
Oh,
And
no.
so I introduced her to the real wine, some of the good stuff.
Good stuff.
So she was like, yeah, it's not just that sweet, kind of cheapo wine you can buy.
Uh-oh. What's your
It's
flavor?
the $15 bottles that are like, 15% alcohol. So
I like the
she drank a whole bottle on her own.
Carly, you got to learn your limits.
She actually was pretty good with it. I gotta admit, she actually
down
she
and my,
handled it.
my
Nice.
glass kept like being full, so I was like,
She actually
The
handled
more
it
you
very
drink, the less
well. You wouldn't.
She's going to end
Yeah.
up in the bathtub again.
Actually, drinking that bottle, she drank it pretty slow. We were there for a few hours.
yeah. I
We
had
went
some
through it.
Oh
I made sure
my
it was
God.
cheese and
Carly.
crackers, and it was actually we were investigating a friend's house that night. It wasn't an official investigation.
Yeah, that's true.
At a friend's house that night. So, but she did really well. She never got drunk. She was
No.
happy, but she wasn't drunk.
That's good.
I kept an eye on her. So,
So what
but
can we
we're talking about all this stuff. But what are we going to talk about? Do our friends have any questions out there? Anything paranormal?
I think we lost Carl. Or did we lose Teresa again?
I think we did. Well,
She
she
went
said
black.
she's still there. Oh, she might have just gone there. She went dark. on us.
Oh my
That was her
God. You and
choice.
your technical difficulties, Teresa.
No, she did that on purpose. I think. Yeah, she ran off to the bathroom for a minute. But if any of our friends listening out there tonight, Howie, Gwen, Bob, anybody got questions for Teresa or Jody about their paranormal adventures and anything they've done? Now, Teresa, you're a psychic medium, correct?
A psycho medium. You got to get it right.
Psycho medium. Do you just consider yourself a psychic or a psychic medium? People have asked me that because I just consider myself psychic, but they asked me if I'm a medium, and I never really distinguish between the two. But what about you? Do you distinguish between those two terms? I don't know if she can hear me.
No sound.
No, she's got no sound. She's got no sound.
You got to do this.
Hang on, I'm gonna try this with her. How about now? You got no sound at all.
We hear
Wiggle
you.
your. I can hear her.
I hear her.
We can hear. Yeah, we can hear you.
I can't hear her.
We can hear you. I don't know if she got that.
I can hear her.
Carly, message her. Let her know we can hear her, but she can't hear us. So See if she can
anything.
check her headset. So, anyways, I'll go back
Check your
for the
ear.
moment. I'll go back to you, Jody, and you guys you've got your own team. You do a lot of investigations. What do you mostly focus on with your investigations? Do you do a lot of client cases? Do you do just a lot of like historical sites? Places like that? What do you focus on?
Kind of both. I mean, with COVID right now, we haven't really done a whole lot of anything.
Messaging her, Carly?
Mhm.
Okay.
We're going to Fort Mifflin for a private overnight
Oh, okay.
in 2 weeks.
I
so that's going to
cannot
be a lot of fun. We hear you, Teresa.
This
Yeah, we hear
isn't-
you. You told her we hear her, right?
Yeah. Do you want me to tell her to?
Yeah, tell her to unlink, and I'll really relink her back in. It's got to be on her. It's got to be her phone. It's got to be her phone that's going wacky on her.
Yeah, we just went on a private one. What is today? Tuesday? We went Sunday. We went on a private investigation
Okay.
Oh, cool.
and tried to help a woman that's feeling like she's possessed with the spirits. So
Hmm.
hopefully we can help her eventually. We contacted a couple people to get in and help her because some of this stuff is stuff we don't deal with. So
Okay.
we just kind of go in and lay the groundwork for her and help her deal with things until we can get back to her. So
Gotcha. Well, we haven't been able to do too much for any of our people contacting us either, just because of COVID.
yeah,
I gotta be
COVID's
careful.
keeping us-
And we got to be careful too, because I got my sister who lives here with us and stuff, and she's got some health issues going on. So that if she got it, probably would kill her. So I got to be very careful with some of that and stuff. And we're always careful when we travel and stuff, stuff too. But yeah, so we've been gathering a lot of information for people, but we kind of got them on hold at the moment.
Yeah, the last really big thing that we held an event at the Lookout House with Carl Johnson and James Anito.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
what we raised there went toward our teen camp. So to help pay tuition for the kids.
Oh, awesome.
'Cause
That's a good cause.
Yeah, because we can't do the camp for free, because of the things that we do.
No, it costs money. So
Yeah, because the kids all get T-shirts, they get a piece of equipment, they get snacks and drinks all week long, and then we take them to all these places. Some of the places you have to pay to get in, and so it's just a lot. So
better.
There are people that do donate for them.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yes.
I'm just talking to Teresa. Okay, she can hear us again. Okay, it's got to be on your end, Teresa. It's just a phone. I'm pretty sure it's your phone. That's all.
So Howie has a question.
Okay, Howie has a question.
Yeah.
And that's great, Jody. That's great that you guys do that, and I totally understand that. We did a couple fundraisers this year ourselves for a couple places, and that's all kind of pretty much it this way. But okay, let's get to Howie's question, because he does have a question. It's for Jody.
Oh, when we research and investigate, do you do it for the client or the entity?
It's a good question, actually.
Kind of both. If there's a spirit there that can't release itself, you try to do that for them. Try to get answers.
Depends
What
on
about
the
for one
case.
that doesn't necessarily want to be released?
They're the ones that we have problems with.
Well, there's different ways of looking at that. See, I take a different approach. I try to figure, like you, we try to figure out why.
Yeah, we try
why
to
they're
figure out
haunting
why.
the location, what's going on. Sometimes you find it's not that they want to be released; they want to get a message.
Well, that's the thing that I think is going on with this woman. I think there's they have a message for her, and she's scared to death.
Yeah.
To let them ask the question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or
or
get the information out or something. Yeah.
I think they have something they want to tell her, and I don't think it's anything harmful.
Mhm.
But she
Yeah,
feels it. She feels it is. So I mean, that makes it harder.
Yeah.
Maybe Teresa can help pick up something on that too.
She was
And I'm sure
trying to
she's
help.
working.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was working with us on it.
Okay.
We had her on FaceTime. So
Okay, very good. Yeah, I'll do that with some people too, with some cases too, if I can. The reason, I think they may have asked that question is, I don't know if you ever saw the one haunted case files I did, where it was about Jamaica Plain, over in Massachusetts, and it was called the Lauren Greeno House. And a spirit actually came through that just really wanted to get a message across desperately. And it was about her daughter who, she actually, the woman was, if you believe it all, and actually going through the research, it kind of added up. The girl was raped by a family member. She had a baby. The baby was born. They got rid of it. And she didn't want to. But of course, and this is back in the 1700s. You're talking like 1740s, 1760s, whatever it was. I forget. So she was desperate to get this information out about her child. And everything got erased from their history about this kid, except for one family Bible, where we only find the one kid's name. Every other kid born in the family is in both Bibles. There's all information out there about him, even ones that died, even during like within 6 months of childbirth or something like that. But the one, there was nothing. Just the name Mary when she was born. That was it. No death, no nothing. All the others had dates of birth and dates of death, even if it was a month later. Okay. This one had nothing. It was like she really didn't exist. And it added up to what this spirit was trying to tell us. So actually, while I was filming that, the spirit came through, because I had promised her at one point that we would somehow get her story out. I promised her personally would somehow get her story out, because the historical society that was in charge of the location didn't want to talk about it. They didn't want to get into any of that. So, and I understand that, and it's understandable. But as I'm telling the story in front of the cameras and stuff, all of a sudden I could feel almost a transition. I started to break down, and they're like, the whole crew's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, and after I finished, I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I don't think that was me. You just saw a spirit come through and tell her story."
Wow.
And they're like, I could believe that, because it didn't seem like you were just so detailed and so emotional about it that it didn't seem like it was you telling it. And I'm like, I don't think it was. I gave her venue and she took it, So she may have been following me around that whole time. But that's the point of, sometimes you got to look at with a haunting of maybe who you're really trying to help or should be trying to help is the spirit and not the other person. Maybe they're important to help too, but sometimes, not always, but occasionally, the person who called you in could take a back seat to the spirit themselves.
Yeah,
we had
equipment going so they could answer some of the questions.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not very obvious. Sometimes it's very, very mild things that will happen, but there's a lot that adds up to, it's not just one piece of equipment, it's a whole bunch of things that are happening that add up to what's really the story is and what's going on. Yeah, that. I'm just kind of,
and it's the environment too. Here, a lot of it's the environment. But
that is when it's good to have a psychic along too, to see what they're picking up on. And
that's why we had Teresa call in. And then there's a history in that town of the Molly Maguires. I don't know if you ever heard of them. But that's a lot of the history in that town is surrounded around that. Yeah,
I do know about the Molly Maguire. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, very interesting.
So it was really cool.
That is cool. So do you think that situation is more of just trying to prepare the client for the message that they're trying to receive?
Yeah, we were trying. And she was just so worked up that she really wasn't paying attention to anything that we really were saying. So we just have to keep working on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, sometimes a client is convinced of one thing because of what they see on TV and all this other stuff, and it's hard to retrain their mind to say, "Hey, forget about that stuff."
Yeah,
this is what the real information is. This is what the real information is.
She had a certain mindset, and she wouldn't let us debunk anything. So
right. I've run into many clients like that, and it takes a long time. I spend years with clients sometimes before I'll finally get them to realize what really and accept what's really going on. And sometimes you never do.
Well,
but it does happen.
We can help her, but it's up to her.
Just try. It's the best you can do. If you think it helps to have other people talk to her from the field, do that. Somebody who's really talking with people or communicating with people, because who can make a good connection with somebody and listen to them first. Sometimes that's a good start, is talk to them. Why do you think it's this? Why do you think it's that? And really listen to them, because sometimes what happens is nobody listens to the client.
Yeah.
People, we go in and we talk to them, but a lot of people really don't listen to what they're saying, because usually what I'll find is there's some underlying thing in their past that's connected to the way they're thinking.
That's true.
Okay.
Okay. And once you can break that barrier and figure that out, and part of you always is usually trying to convince them, look, you had this terrible thing happen to you, or you had this traumatic thing happen to you. You need to really talk to somebody about it. You need to get past that. And you can start working with them towards kind of changing their mindset in a way. But you got to listen to them first. You really got to listen to what they're telling you.
Well, that's what our first initial meeting was about. You know,
I mean, sometimes sometimes we hear them, but we don't listen to them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's a different kind of thing. And it's something I had to learn over the years of really listening beyond what the words they're just saying. You
Right.
got to catch the emotional piece, because it's like, all right, there's something more to this than what they're actually saying. All
Well,
right,
we called
what's more?
Carl Johnson. We called him in.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. Carl's
Yes.
excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
Carl's excellent. But there's a lot to it that people don't realize when they're investigating paranormal. That it takes, there's more deeper things here with some of these cases than we think.
we can't
What are
see
you
it.
holding up there, Teresa? Hang on, I gotta zoom it in.
We can't see
Or
it.
just tell us what it says. What did it say?
We can hear you.
You guys are breaking
Oh, we're breaking up again.
being up a lot. So
That's
I'm
our
getting
phone.
bits and
Yeah.
pieces of your conversation.
Okay.
That's
It's
your
gonna continue.
phone.
Yeah, it's got to be with your headset maybe or something.
Yeah.
It's her
Uh,
phone. It happens all the time.
Yeah. We'll get you
What's
set
that?
up with your. We think it's your phone that's causing your problem.
She needs a new phone.
Well, we gotta get her set up with her computer. We'll send her
I
this
do
stuff to get her
too,
set
yeah.
up.
Send her a new phone, Jack. You can send her that.
I
That
don't know what service she's on.
We do have another question from PJ Wills.
Okay. We'll send you a new phone. All right, PJ Wills, or did I miss? Here it is. Okay.
I just want to get
gonna
through
put it
them
up here.
so that we.
Yep. I want to make sure we get everybody.
What has surprised you the most, fact-finding wise, rather than jump scary surprise?
I know what he means by that. Like, do you get more out of like the going in and finding out the facts about a
No,
case?
no. Like, what moment
It
have
has
you
to-
had that kind of
Oh,
like
Shocked you?
like he woke up next to a spirit that was just giving out an expectancy emotion, and that's all that was there. That was emotion. Like, it just surprised him.
Oh,
Like, it wasn't like
okay.
a jump scare. But like, have you ever had a moment like that where you're just like, oh, like the light bulb went off, or it was just like something you noticed like immediately that like
Well,
piqued your interest?
The house
right,
I
'cause
grew up in was haunted. It was originally a funeral home before we moved in.
Oh,
And back in the day, they used to embalm the bodies in the basement and show the bodies in the living room.
mm-hmm.
So
Oh.
all their blood would go down through a hole in the floor in the basement
Into the
Right.
yeah.
Drain.
into the
That's
street. And that's how they did things. And when I was 3, we moved in there. So the spirits were all over me all the time, because you're
Yeah.
so young and you're so open to it. So there was a lot that went on there. They would hold me down if I laid on my stomach. So even at my age now, I do not lay on my stomach at night. And I do not put my hands under my pillow, because at one point when I was like 5, I would sleep like this, and they grabbed both wrists and pulled, and I screamed. And my mom's like, "Oh, it's probably you doing this." I'm like, "I don't think so."
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah. I'm not hugging myself. No,
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah. It's
So
not happening.
Wow.
I do
Well,
not.
that's what parents do, though. They try to explain to us what they think is going on.
Yeah, they used to hold me down if I laid on my stomach, and I'd have to yell, "God help me," to have them release me. Like
Oh, man.
there was like a porthole going through my bedroom into my mom's room, and you could see them. And they do doppelgangers. They'd imitate people that lived in the house. So my sister and I'd be sitting in my bedroom, and you had to go through my bedroom to get to everybody else's. And we saw my brother go in the bedroom, and then we saw my mom go in behind him. So we both yelled at the same time, "Mom, come here." And my brother goes, "She's not here." And we're like, yeah, she just went in the bedroom behind you." He goes, "No, she's not." And he comes flying out the bedroom, you know.
Oh man, that must have freaked him out.
Yeah. I mean, we had so many experiences. It's like my sister used to see like floating apparitions over my mom's
wow.
bed, and you know, all kinds of. And Teresa wants me to write a
You
book
could
about
write a
it.
book.
You should write it. I remember we talked about this when we were on your show.
Yes.
You should write a book about it.
Yeah, you really
It's all
should.
like right here. It's just putting it on paper.
You could. Oh yeah, we record it and send it to a person that writes the books for you. There are people that
I know
do that.
Marley Gibson writes really good books, so I might call her. Patrick
Yeah,
Burns' wife.
totally.
Yeah, because she's like,
Steve. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. I was just going to say, Steve White has another question too.
I saw
Go
that
ahead.
question earlier. Do children with autistic
Hi, Steve.
have psychic abilities? We've dealt with several children that came to camp with autistic. They were autistic or had Asperger's.
Yeah.
And they had
Oh my
they were very keen on what was going on around them. They
Mhm.
could
do.
really sense everything around them.
I
Not
have an autistic son, you know.
Oh, do you really?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I can tell you for a fact they are more open.
Yeah, their senses are very keen on what's around them.
Yeah.
The one year we had 3 kids at camp at the same time that all had Asperger's.
Yeah.
And they were great kids. We loved every one of them, and they were really, they listened to what you were saying, and they wanted to learn, which is
Right.
really nice. So
Yeah, there's a reason they are the way they are. And it's because of having my own son and having brought him to a neurologist at one point. And here's what the neurologist told me. This is why I believe they are much more open to seeing, hearing things in the paranormal, world in general. Their brain doesn't function the way ours does. Think of here's what the neurologist told me. Think of them as your computer. Think of how they perceive the world as your computer, with all the programs, all the windows popping up, starting up all at the same time, continuously. It's all this information as a constant feed. There's no filter. They have to learn how to filter it, but they constantly have continuous information coming through in front of them. Okay,
Yeah.
So they perceive the world in a whole different way. And their mind is much more open to receiving information from all different realms, areas, whatever you want to call it. I have watched my own son in my house. We're sitting watching TV, or I'm sitting watching TV, and he's sitting across from me. And all of a sudden, he's looking over at the other chair, and he starts laughing and nodding, and he's having a conversation with somebody. So I asked him one time. I said, "Joe." He was like 10 or 12 at the time. I said, "Joe, who are you talking to?" He goes, and he can't really speak well. So he went, Gamma, which means grandma, my mother. He was talking to my mother. And I'm like, you know what? I can believe that, because she would like be really good with kids and get kids laughing. And she did, help take care of Joey quite a bit when he was first born and stuff. So they see them. They can, and that's at 12 years old, and he still sees her, I think, to this day. When he comes over occasionally, stuff like that, he'll still see her, and he just goes, like recognizes them and moves along. So I do believe, and I've had other people with autistic kids that have those kind of problems, or not problems, but their kids have those kind of abilities. So very interesting stuff.
Teresa, you got to speak. I feel like I'm the only one speaking.
She froze right in mid.
She tried.
Well,
Man.
She's still been having trouble hearing us. I know that.
Together of what you're talking about.
That's all right. we're gonna get we're getting close to the end of the show, but we are gonna have you guys back. Matter of fact, we're gonna have Teresa back, especially when I'm gonna send her something that she'll be able to connect really well with.
Right.
But we will have you guys. We will have you guys back on.
This way I can talk.
And then Teresa can
No,
talk.
you can talk. Go ahead, talk. You can talk now.
I feel like
Oh,
I
gosh.
took over the show.
We're
I feel-
gonna
that
sit
would
here,
be
Teresa,
great.
because we know you're
I'm
having
so
trouble
sorry.
hearing us. So here's what's gonna happen, Teresa.
You
I
need
know
to-
there's something you want to talk about. So we're gonna sit here and we're just gonna
Yeah.
let you talk because we can hear you fine. Okay? So
Speak,
if you heard
girl,
me,
speak.
go ahead and talk. Talk about what you want to say.
Okay. Speak. Do you have a question for me so we can get that started? 'Cause
Well,
there's
I guess
a lot we can talk about.
what I mean we were talking about
No.
autistic children and the paranormal. Okay. So one question was, do we believe autistic children have more or more open to the paranormal, I guess. That's the basic of the question. Right? Can they see more? Can they interact with spirit more than a regular person can?
Yeah,
So we don't know if you have thoughts on that.
yes. Yeah, I believe that highly. Yeah, I do. Yeah. But I think
Do you think they have stronger
what
psychic
they
abilities?
see and perceive is
Okay.
yes. It's almost like when I feel like when they see spirit, it's as if we're sitting here having a conversation just like we are. That's how it looks to them.
Right.
Just
That's-
like looking at us right now. That's
Right.
how
That's what I was-
they actually see spirit. It looks like an actual person talking
Mhm.
with them. So
Yep. I
That's how I
agree
see
with that.
it,
I was
yeah.
I was telling Jody and the group out there that I have an autistic son, and I used to watch him having a conversation with what I do believe, because he told me, was my mother, my deceased mother. And Joey would come to my house and sit there and laugh and nod to her and respond to whoever it was talking to, as if they were sitting right in the other chair across from him. So I do believe you're right with that. They actually see them as a
there you
person.
go.
Yep.
Now I
Right.
had I
Yep.
had an epiphany the other night when I was
Yes.
thinking about this, because I have come across the issue of when I do actually see a spirit, I can't tell a spirit between a living person, and like they literally look like a full blown, like as if you were standing in front of me, like no mist, like an actual in a body, like they have a body. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, why is that? Like I don't understand why that is. And I realized I had that light bulb go off when us, like people like us who are empathic and have abilities, like Teresa, you could definitely relate to this. When you look at a person, you're not looking at their body, you're looking at their soul. You're looking at who they are. That's no different than looking at a spirit.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm screwed.
Yes, that's true.
I was
Yep.
like, I'm just gonna have
Well,
to deal with it. But I was
Well,
like people with
Oh my
autistic people with autistic abilities, like
Uh-oh.
when they create relationships and they like create friendships and stuff, like they're the most kindest like people and the most open people I have ever met, you know. And I really believe that they look at people and their spirit. I don't think they look at them in their body. I think they see who they really are as a person, and they're more capable of doing that. And
Yeah,
that
they
probably
can
would be
through it.
why it appears to them like that, because it's no different than looking at an actual
They-
person.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's why. So
go ahead.
if they see, say, a nasty spirit that's a mean person in real life, and they're frightened of that. Like I said, it's the same thing. They're seeing that side of that person, picking
Right.
up on just how mean that person is, and you're scaring me. I'm having a hard time communicating this. I need you to go away, and they know it. The spirit knows it, and sometimes they will target someone who's autistic because of that. Because it's a lot harder for them to explain what they're picking up, seeing.
Exactly.
So you have the good side and you have the bad side of that. So it could go either way, and that's scary. That's really scary.
It is.
It is. It is. Also, the other problem a lot of autistic children have is they don't understand facial expressions and emotions, so they can misperceive them. They have to learn that, by the way. They have to learn to distinguish between a facial feature of a person that's mad, one that's sad, one that's angry, one that's happy. They don't know this right away. My son had to learn all this. I went through this. Right. So if you want to see a little something, I'm going to post this up here. It's not paranormal related, but it can give you some insight into somebody with autism. And it's actually, it was a play that was written by my son Joshua, his Joey's brother, and it's about our family from Joey, who is the autistic child's perspective. I'm just going to send you this link. I'm going to put it up there, and if anybody ever wants to check it out, it's on YouTube. And I wasn't supposed to film this, but I did anyway. But he won. It was part of a contest he was involved with to write play, and it's only like 10 minutes long. They had to be 10 minutes or less, and it's a play about our family and Joey, from Joey's perspective, being autistic, and how they perceive things and things like that. So, put that up there. If somebody wants to check it out, you can check that out. And it'll give you a little bit better insight into the autistic children and people that we're talking about, because they become adults too, right? So, eventually they do, yes. And they have to still deal with all these sometimes same issues and everything else. And it's not that they're not intelligent.
That would be great.
They are very intelligent, but they have these other social issues and stuff, which plays into why sometimes they don't totally understand spirit right away, or they can also understand spirit sometimes, I think, better than us, because they feel that spirit's emotions, just like I know I can pick up on that spirit's emotions. And Teresa, I'm sure you can too, and we can connect with that. And Carly, we can connect with that emotional. It's like, whose emotions are those? They're not mine. Why am I feeling this way? It's not mine. I know I have no reason to feel anxious or angry, so whose emotions are that? And that's when you can pick up, usually it's the spirits that you're picking up on, or even frightened. I haven't picked up on spirits who have been frightened. So, but you're there. Why are you there? Who are you? Why? I don't know you. Well, those types of things. So I'll just throw that little link up there, and you guys can check that out and have some tissues with you when you watch it. So that's what I've seen it, but
that would be great.
It is very interesting. Aww. It's very honest. It's a very honest video about our family, and my son. And it was very honestly done. My son Josh interviewed all of us for it and wrote it up, and about our experiences and things that happened. So those are all actual events.
Tough to watch it.
Yeah. Even the tough parts about me that I had to rewatch was kind of tough.
Did you make
tissues?
Oh, that's cool.
I'm ready.
That's really
okay.
Cute.
So we're gonna end up with PJ. We'll close with PJ's question. He had one question.
Is that from Deanna?
Was that from Deanna? She asked.
Did Deanna give you that?
No.
I'll read the question in a second.
Oh, no. This is from my friend Karen. She lives in Tennessee. She makes all kinds of
She did a good job.
neat little.
I love it.
I
Hey,
guess you
Curly,
call,
the owl thing.
Yeah.
what do you call that? Like needlework? Needlework, I guess. Yeah, needlework.
Yeah, needlework. That's needlework. Yes,
Yeah,
that
needlework.
is needlework. I actually
Oh, I'm
used to
very
do
into
some.
owls. That's I call it my totem.
Yeah. Well, that's the fourth
Yeah,
owl we've
needlework.
heard about this
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
You did.
Oh boy.
I used to. Yeah, I used to actually do some needlework many years ago. My mother taught me.
Uh-oh.
I haven't done it. I haven't done it. I haven't done
I
it
don't
in
know what that
age. I
means.
haven't done it since I was. I haven't done it since I was in my teens. But
His
I
little
did used to
secret.
kind of do it. Yeah, it is. So PJ, it's gonna be our last question. PJ
So he
did
can
have this
sell
question.
his own clothes.
Did Halloween combine well with the full moon for you guys? I had. He said he had his mom visit that night. In other words, she's passed on. I recognize her energy. It's like a fingerprint. So, did the full moon phase have with Halloween combined for you guys with anything?
We
Give
went
you
to
any
Haldeman.
additional experiences or?
We investigated at the Haldeman, and there were so many people there that you really couldn't pick up
Yeah.
on a whole lot.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. But personally, did you even at home have anything unusual happen? Either of you?
I was at a friend's house after the wedding, Jody, the wedding at Summer Mansion.
Yeah, I saw
went
the
back
pictures.
to her name is Janet, and yeah, when I was there, I felt the presence of her mother. Her mother was very strong there that night.
Aww.
Oh, very cool.
So that she was she more or less wanted Janet to know that she
Oh, we lost
always
Jody.
looks out
That's
for
okay.
her. I mean, I know you hear that all the time. Like somebody says, "Oh yeah, your relatives there, they're looking out for you."
Yeah.
She specifically wanted me to tell Janet that, and so
Very cool.
yeah, she
That
made
is pretty
herself
cool.
known.
Awesome.
I've also
Aw.
had spirits appear at inopportune times, and this has nothing to do, with the Halloween and the full moon night.
Right.
There's nothing like being at a dealership trying to get a car, and then all of a sudden the guy who's trying to sell you the vehicle, his buddy decides to show up,
Oh boy.
and he
Wow.
wants to communicate. Well, that's no too long to get a vehicle.
Yeah, I've
Well,
had stuff like that happen.
let's put it
Oh man.
this way. He was very persistent, and he kept showing me letters to his name. I was trying to he was trying to talk to me, and when he was talking, it sounded like like mumble,
like murmuring.
I couldn't
right?
quite get what he was trying to tell me, and and then to make the long story short, I ended up telling the guy, and he pulls out his phone, he pulls out a picture, and exactly I told him about the guy. His face was on a tombstone, exactly the way I had saw his name, said his name, and
Wow.
yeah, I was.
Yeah.
It was
Well, that's
sad. He
validation.
just wanted to come back. Yeah, yeah, I don't want to get too much into the story because it
No, that's fine. Yeah, it's a personal thing for that
was very,
guy.
very hard for the guy. He had held a lot, in a long time.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
enclosure.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So I kind of shocked him. And then it happened at work one time. I felt somebody behind me. So I turned around and I see this young man in a pair of jeans, no shirt. He's got long hair and he has hands in his pocket and he's just kind of like looking down. And in In the meantime, drawing on paper here, I had gotten a piece of paper and I'm drawing a picture. Well, what I drew was how this man passed.
Mm.
He had OD'd. And
Okay.
what I didn't know was his grandfather was there that day. And he wasn't supposed to be there, the grandfather. He was supposed to be off that day, but he was there.
Right.
But
Wow.
I couldn't approach him with the message that the grandson wanted to give.
Right. Yeah. It happens that way. I mean, I've come across that with different
because
cases.
you don't want to freak the person out. You don't
Exactly.
You don't know if they believe, or they're
and that's not
how
really
they're
the
gonna
time
take
or
it.
the place.
So
The guy's trying to
No.
get work
I had
done.
let it go, but exactly.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I
And
had let it go,
Yeah.
but he kept following me around.
Mm.
And he was very persistent until one point I ran face to face into the grandfather and I just blurted out the message.
Yeah.
And he just looked at me. He went, okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And he just turned around. He did a bounce and he took off.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
He stayed away from me for a while.
Well, yeah.
But
yeah. It happens.
What I told
I mean,
him, though, it made sense to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Well, that can
Yeah.
happen, and I've had spirit come to me
Yeah,
that
strange
way,
things
and
like that happen.
one that had
Yeah.
died a year earlier. Yeah, I had one that died a year earlier in a car accident, and wanted me to get in touch with his family, and I'm like, no, we're not doing that. It's been a year. They've moved on. I guarantee you they've moved on, because I didn't even know these people. We found out about it because
Yeah.
of, matter of fact, that's on one of the cases I did on TV, but we don't mention the guy's name.
Right.
But yeah, he died instantly. He really didn't totally know what was going on with him. I think he knew he was dead, but he didn't want to accept the fact, and he wanted to get a message to his family. He's like, it's been over a year. Everything's been to court because a girl hit him by accident.
Yeah.
It wasn't an accident. She wasn't drunk or anything like that. She just came around a blind quarter. He was there on the road and she hit him. It was that quick that it was over. But it's like, these people have been through too much.
Horrible.
You need to just move on.
She has to live with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the pain. That's
Yeah. They tried to see, was she drunk? Had she been drunk?
Yeah.
Because she was a young girl.
So did
She'd
he
only
listen?
just graduated high school, and she was just going out to Mendon, Mass, to visit a friend out there. It was during the day, and she did have her phone on, but they said, well, she was on her phone. Well, she was using the GPS system on her phone. But she went around the corner. That was proven in court, because you can find the articles on it, actually. And she came around the corner. He had gone to this boat place. He had this big boat. He had the guy looking at it, but they couldn't pull it in. So him and the guy were out on the edge of the road, right on this blind corner. He's showing the guy the issue with the boat, and she came around the corner, and bam, that was it. It was as quick as that. And I'd come around that blind corner. You don't have time to react. You really don't have time to react.
God.
So I could see where that actually could happen. Like, you come around there, somebody on the edge of that road, you could hit them easily.
Yeah.
So you got to take that turn slow. Was she going a bit fast? Yes, she probably was. But it wouldn't have, would it have mattered if she was going a little slower? I don't know. But everybody drives fast on that road. I was driving on it myself, and it's a 35 mile an hour road that most people are doing 45 on. It's normal. Yeah, it's typical of us, right? 10 miles over the speed limit. Typical. Normal for all of us. We all do it. So, but he was like, I need you to tell my family, get in touch with. No, it's you need to let them go. You can. I did tell him, you know where they live. You can go visit them if you want to. But I am not going to your family to give them any message, because number one, they don't know me.
Right.
Number two, they've dealt with this for over a year. They're moved on. And I think you should too. And we actually do think we got him to move on after. by the end of it was over. I won't get into all the details. There's a lot. It took a couple hours.
Oh,
We
that's
actually did
good.
communicate with the spirit for about 2 hours. So
Mhm.
me and one of my other investigators, it was crazy. But we do believe we got him at least kind of let go, and like we're not going to give a message to anybody. These people, your family's been through too much. They don't need me coming in and telling them something else. They'll think we're
Yeah.
just out for something, or they'll think we're nuts. They
Oh
won't
yeah,
listen
that's
to us.
understandable. A year.
You know, so we run into stuff
Right.
like that where you just gotta not tell them, or when you do finally tell somebody, it's like, look, I don't need to freak you out, but here's what it's just something
Yeah.
that I got that, and here it is. You know, and what? And it's like, just remember it. I'm not telling you whatever. Just remember it. Just think about it. And I leave, you know, because I don't want to freak them out anymore.
Mhm.
You know,
Right.
because you're right, they do get freaked out. And it's like,
Yeah.
but if you don't
Right,
tell them, that
right.
spirit's going to hang there,
They-
keep screaming in your ear.
Yes.
You're going to tell them, you know, it's like, stop, you know, because that's how it gets, right? It gets louder and louder and louder until
Yeah.
you finally
Very
will tell them.
persistent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I know that feeling. So I think Jody's not going to
Mhm.
come back in. I did tell her to come back in, but I think we would
Oh
kind of
boy.
lost her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Well, her
now Jody's
computer
having
just
the
shut. She
issues.
said her computer just shut down on her.
Oh.
So,
boy.
here she comes. Actually, she is connected
yay.
back in. Just as I said, I gave up on
It
her.
did.
I just gave up on you, and
Yay!
you came back. Good, glad.
Oh, the stupid
My
computer.
bitch number one never quits.
Exactly.
The freaking computer shut down
Go girl.
Uh-oh.
Come on, face.
out of nowhere.
Hey, can you mute us in the background? Because I can hear us in your
See?
background.
I had my phone on.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
you
my
were at least
computer
listening to
just
us.
shut down. Oh, shut up.
Now we're
It
all
can
bitches
happen.
here.
Oh my
You did
God.
it.
It just like my
The blue
stupid.
screen of death.
this thing just
See?
froze and then the computer shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything went
Blue
black.
screen of
It's the
death.
peppermint snaps.
Is that what it is?
You know what I have noticed helps with streaming, with when you're using your computer, wire it to the router. Don't use the Wi-Fi. Wire it into the router, and go with the wired into your computer. It actually does help quite a bit. I'm surprised. You know,
Well,
I
my
think it just
husband
gives you
and
I think it gives you just an accurate, direct connection. So to
I
your
didn't
modem
even know that.
rather than the Wi-Fi.
I thought of it.
I never really realized it either until I was having problems myself and I started reading about it. They're like from like the streaming. I use StreamYard, and they said they strongly suggested plugging your Ethernet cable into your computer when you're streaming, because it's just so much data that it's using. Right? There's so much that it's going through. It's much more stable when you use the Ethernet cable. So suggestion.
My computer's a rebel. It doesn't have that.
Yeah, I know, but we got
Yeah.
you're running 5G though too. And Jody, we'll help you figure yours out too. Don't worry about it.
Or Teresa.
Or Teresa, I mean, we'll help you
Yeah.
figure yours out too. I am going to send you a couple. We're going
Jody's
to
like,
end our show. We're kind of done with our show for tonight.
Yeah.
So I'd like to say goodbye
Thank
to,
you.
but I want
Much
you guys two to
appreciated.
hang on for a little bit. I want you two to hang on for just a minute after we're done. But we want to thank everybody out there. Do you guys have anything you want to tell people? Your next show coming
Okay.
up for your show?
On Thursday, we have Lane Crosby coming on. So we're excited to talk to her. You guys probably know her.
Go ahead, number one.
I know who it is.
Yeah, she's a psychic medium. She's come to camp a couple years and really taught the kids a lot. I mean, they really love hanging with her. So hopefully we can get her back again.
There you go. So give us the name of your show again and the date and time it's on. We know it's Thursday nights, 9
Go
o'clock.
ahead, Teresa, you want to say it?
It's my first time meeting her. I can't wait.
What's the name of your show, though? Give us the name of your
Crossroads.
show. Crossroads.
Cross.
You're
It's
on
on
Thursday
Thursday
nights
nights,
at-
9 p.m. Eastern.
There we go.
Crossroads.
All right.
Yes.
Crossroads.
And
Yeah.
Teen Camp is going to be in
Blog
June, the
Talk.
last week.
8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
Nobody's listening to you, Teresa.
8 p.m. Eastern or 9 p.m. Eastern? We'll put it up there. We're going to be posting it on our website, on our webpage anyway. So when's
Wow.
the event again? It's in
You
June.
just broke up.
Jody?
Yeah, the last week of June. We have it for the whole week.
All right. So last week of June will be the event again. Don't worry, Teresa. We're kind of done for the night, but I want you to hang on because I want to talk to you offline. All right, you guys have a great night. Thanks
I
again.
guess we're in trouble.
Okay.
And we appreciate you all. We love you all. We love all of our friends who come in and listen.
Okay.
And if you're
Thanks
looking
for
for any of
having
my
us.
books, you can find me on Facebook. Just look up Jack Kenna. Do a search for Jack Kenna on Facebook.
was a
You'll
lot
find all
of
my books
fun.
online.
Yeah.
Yes,
We'll
thank
hope
have
you
you
so
you
all
much.
guys on
enjoyed it.
again when Teresa gets her new upgrade.
Yeah, when she gets her
Exactly.
upgrade.
I guess we're up. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah,
The ladies,
that was
you two
great.
ladies, hang on
Yeah.
for just a minute.
I need
All
help.
right, we're going to end our broadcast. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Night.